If you had to write a poem about a junk food, how would
Yeah.
that go?
So the poem would go like stacked so high, a crispy delight, tasty and juicy in every bite.
Do you ever wake up at night with a sudden poem idea?
Yes, that happens many times with me that I wake up at night with a poem or story idea.
Can you repeat this after me? Bhuvi beautifully bakes big blueberry bagels.
Bhuvi
Sure.
beautifully bakes big blueberry bagels. Bhuvi beautifully bakes big blueberry bagels. Bhuvi beautifully bakes big blueberry bagels.
So, Bhuvi, if you could steal one famous poem and pretend you wrote it, so which one would it be?
So I guess it would be Where the Mind is Without Fear by Rabindranath Tagore.
So, welcome to the Star Author podcast presented by Bookalooza. Today, we have a young literary sensation, Bhumi Aggarwal, an author, poet, TED speaker, and all rounder creative powerhouse. From deep emotions to funny wordplay, we are diving into her world of poetry, unexpected inspirations, and some crazy challenges she never saw coming. Do check out her book available on our bookstore. The link of the book is given in the description box below. So, buckle up. It's going to be a fun ride. So, Bhuvi, let's start with the questions.
Yes, sure.
So, can you tell us about your book writing experience with Bookalooza?
So my writing experience on Bookalooza was incredible. It was a journey of creativity and turning my emotions into words.
Okay. And like what inspired you to write this collection of poems?
So it is basically life itself, its highs, lows, and quiet moments in between. And of
Okay.
course, my most of the poems are on nature, so nature as well.
Okay, okay. And if you had to write a poem about a junk food, how would
Yeah.
that go?
So my favorite junk food, or you can say my comfort junk food, is a burger. So I really like its crispiness and the taste. So the poem would go like stacked so high, a crispy delight, tasty and juicy in every bite.
Okay, that sounded very interesting and yummy.
Yeah, it could also be a tagline for any company.
Yeah, it could. It is a very attractive one.
Yeah,
And it sounds yummy. So imagine how will the burger taste.
yeah.
Okay. And if aliens came to Earth and read your poems, what would
Hmm.
you think they would say?
So if aliens did read my poems, then they would probably say that humans feel too much, and also they would say that they think and write a lot about nature but still facing issues like global warming and pollution.
That's quite a very honest opinion, also, because all the challenges that we are facing right now. But yeah,
Yeah,
that is relevant. They would be saying this only.
because if
So,
they see the earth like many years back, around even 20 years back, they would see, and now the current state, there is a lot of difference.
of course, there is. We have completely like vanished. We have completely destroyed the nature.
Yes.
Hmm, I agree with you. So, Bhuvi, if you had to wear a t-shirt with one word on it, what word would you choose?
So I would definitely choose resilient because no matter the challenges, I like to keep rising and continue to move forward.
Okay, that's really inspiring word. And if your
It is also
poem,
one of my favorite word. Resilient is. Yeah,
Okay, I guess it very well go with your personality that you have.
thank you.
Okay, so if you had, if like your poem talks about secret of universe, if you could know
Hmm.
one universe secret, what that would be?
So, probably I would not like to know any secrets because everything has a right time. But if I get an opportunity, so who would like to miss it? So, I would probably like to know something about my future.
Okay, something specific in future?
Maybe my career or book writing journey, like how far I go.
Okay, okay. That's a very, what would I say? That's a very much a thing that would really inspire you right now. If you
Yes,
got to know, like how would you be performing in future? Accordingly, you will plan your present.
yes.
Okay. So, do you ever wake up at night with a sudden poem idea?
Yes, that happens many times that most of my stories and the poems I write during night, but when I'm asleep and just wake up at midnight with the idea that then the next morning the first thing I like to do is execute it. Or maybe at night also I like to write it down before I forget it.
Like,
Okay.
do you ever wake up at night with a sudden poem idea?
Yes, that happens many times with me that I wake up at night with a poem or story idea and I'll the next morning I like to execute it. First thing I do in the morning is, and many times at night also I like to write the poem or if any story, then I like to write the plot of it before I forget it or I cannot recall it in morning.
Okay, that sounds like a strategy that you follow, and it is going
Yes,
very well.
and yes, and then next morning when I see the plot or the poem, I make many changes around it, which
Mhm.
make the original work much better.
Okay, that's very nice. That you are very much well aware of your writing patterns, like how you want to
Yes.
mold the story, how you want to mold the poems in your way. So that's really interesting thing about you. And at a very early age, you have got a grip on that. So that's very commendable.
Yeah, I
Uh,
also feel proud on myself.
yeah, it is very commendable job because at the age like this, many of the students are not even aware what they want to be. You know
Yeah,
you
that's
want to be
why.
a writer, a poet. You know your writing style. You know your genre. That yeah, I am more inclined towards nature. So that's a
Yes, I
very
also.
that
mm,
I would say.
Yes, I also really like public speaking. Like my mother introduced me to TED, so I from after TED I have started much more public speaking and I become much more social in the school also.
Yeah, public
So with
speaking do help us in
yes,
building up the
with
confidence and building up the flow of
yeah,
fluency of our communication skills.
yes. So these two things I'm really happy about that I've learned them.
That's really nice to hear. So, Bhuvi, if you could steal one famous poem and pretend you wrote it, so which one would it be?
So I guess it would be Where the Mind is Without Fear by Rabindranath Tagore. It is a poem which talks about the free vision and awakened world is timeless. So
Oh,
I would like to steal that.
okay, okay. So, do you memorize any one or two line of the poem?
So the poem is, as I said, it is about the free and awakened world.
Mm-hmm.
And so actually, I don't remember the lines, but I remember some things that it says about. And of course, Rabindranath Tagore, it's a great. a person. And so this poem is very nice, and it talks about the fears of a person and how it builds it. So
Okay,
how
okay,
to face against it, all these things.
okay. That must be a good one. I will also go and read this poem.
Yeah,
Okay. So, movie, if you could prank call any historical figure, who would it be and what would you say?
definitely Shakespeare, because personally I find it difficult to write detective fictions, and I would really
Mhm.
like to ask him that how did he write all those plays.
Yeah, he did a very awesome job writing very good play that
Yeah,
that are still so much praised by all
yes,
the writers, by each and every audience that he had or he is having right now. Okay.
yes.
So, what prank would you do with him?
So prank, I don't think as such, but this is a question that I would definitely like to ask him and
Okay.
get some tips on writing detective fictions.
Okay, okay, nice one. So, what's the weirdest thing you could have ever done because you were bored?
So it is a very weird thing, but many people do it. As it is like having a full conversation or thinking about an incident and adding more spice and drama to it. So I also, if sometimes the incident is good, then I also like to write it as a story and in one of my book.
Okay, okay. That's a habit that is
Yeah,
done by many
it
of us
is.
when we're bored.
It is nearly daydreaming type thing.
Okay, okay. So, if you had to survive in jungle with only three random things from your room only, so what would they be?
So I like to keep few snacks in my room. So definitely one or two snacks, my
Mhm.
phone of course, and a water bottle.
Okay, three basic necessity for a
Yes.
youngster nowadays: food, water,
Yeah.
and a phone.
Yeah.
Okay. So, if you had to rap about your daily routine, how would the first line go?
So the daily routine is very simple. Wake up, get ready, and go to school. But I
Hmm.
would, if I had to write a rap on the weekend routine, because that time the person becomes a bit lazy and
Hmm.
not much, what I would like to say is productive on the morning side because of
Hmm.
the daily tiredness. So that
Hmm.
I like to start my day with water, and then on weekends I like to give a thought about the writing thing, that how much I that when and what I need to write today, and also how would other activities will be involved. So the
Hmm.
rap would go like: wake up, write up, water in my cup, words keep flowing around, and I never give up.
Okay, that sounded very great together.
Yeah.
You love singing?
Not really like,
Yeah, you
no.
do some very good work with the songwriting part when it comes to that.
Actually,
Okay,
I
you.
tried once with my friend to write a song during
Mm-hmm.
the class, like the substitution periods,
Okay.
and we thought to write a song like about the life, Zindagi Ek Sabwa type.
Mm-hmm.
So we wrote few lines together, like three paragraphs, and
Mm-hmm.
then edited. But the idea we dropped because we didn't really thought that it would turn out to be good with the beats and all.
Okay,
So
there is no
the,
issue trying new things and like working on new skills. That's there pretty
so
much.
so
Mhm.
I tried the songwriting, but I gave up on it.
Okay, okay. So, Bhubi, now let's move on towards our rapid round questions. Well, in
Okay,
here you only have to answer in one word, okay? And you have to
sure.
be very quick. Like you
Yeah,
have to answer in a click.
rapid.
Yeah, it should be that only. So let's begin.
Yeah, sure.
Pen or keyboard?
Keyboard.
Poetry or storytelling?
Storytelling.
Rhyming poems or free verse?
Free verse.
Okay. Morning winters or night owl?
Definitely night owl.
Okay. So, favorite movie?
I really like horror comedy, so Bhool Bhulaiya 2.
Okay, that was a really great picture. And
Mm.
what about your favorite actor?
It is Ranveer Kapoor because his creative and effortless charm makes every performance memorable.
It sure does. And what about your favorite food item?
So, as I said earlier, burger, but white sauce pasta is also on my list. I also like Indian food, like the street food and all.
Okay, what street food is your favorite? Like go to street food?
Every girl likes it, I guess. Of course,
Golgappa.
golgappe.
Yeah, we had it correct. So, what is your favorite ice cream?
My favorite ice cream is Oreo scoop with a mix of butterscotch and strawberry.
Okay, and mountains or beaches?
Mountains.
Okay, favorite snack?
So when I'm craving sweet, then milk chocolate. And
Mm-hmm.
most of the times I want something spicy, then of course ramen.
Okay, and best compliment?
So it was from a person, a boy reading my book in the school library. And
Mm-hmm.
when I said that I have written this book, then he said that reading this book felt like having a conversation with nature. So it was my best compliment ever. Like, if he
Wow.
did feel the nature, then it means the poems were successful.
Yeah. So, can you repeat this after me?
Mm.
Okay. Bhuvi beautifully bakes big blueberry bagels.
Bhuvi beautifully bakes big blueberry bagels.
Okay. And how many times can you do these repetition? Can you try?
I don't know. Yeah, let's try.
Yeah,
Bhuvi
sure.
beautifully bakes big blueberry bagels. Bhuvi 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 beautifully bakes big blueberry bagels. That's it.
Yeah. That's nice. You are good with tongue twisters, I guess.
Yeah, I sometimes like to practice them, which improves my fluency also.
Yeah, they sure does. So it was a very nice conversation that I had with you, Bhuvi. It's time to wrap up the session now. And from heartfelt verses to hilarious tongue twisters, this episode was a poetic roller coaster. And Bhuvi, your words truly inspire, and your humor makes them even better. And to everyone watching this, please do check out her book available on our bookstore. And the link is given in the description box below. So until next time, keep writing, keep laughing, and stay unstoppable.
Thank you.